Hello, this is Marlene from the Buying Space channel. Today, I'm going to be talking about gluten in our foods. And even if you don't have celiac disease or have a gluten intolerance, you may be experiencing a lack of nutrition because there's so much gluten in your diet that your small intestine is coated, and the villi in your small intestine that absorb nutrients are hindered somewhat, and this is more likely to happen with age, and they can get damaged. So eating gluten-free is a wonderful idea to help your body work more efficiently and absorb your nutrients. Or you can go gluten reduced. So here is what I have in front of me. I have groceries, and I want to ask, is this gluten-free? This is Progresso. It's a good brand. And it says right here that it's gluten-free. And there are no rye. There's no rye, barley, oats. Oats can be gluten-free sometimes if they are grown on gluten-free ground. They absorb the nutrients in the ground. So if you've planted wheat or barley or rye in your field the year before, your oats will not be gluten-free. But if you've planted corn or peas or cabbage or any vegetables, your ground will be gluten-free. So therefore your oats will be gluten-free. So anytime oats are marked gluten-free, they've been grown in a clean soil that's free of gluten. Now this does have modified food starch. Modified food starch and natural flavors are words to look for when you're trying to figure out whether something's gluten-free or not. It says gluten-free right here. So in this case, you wouldn't have to worry about it that much. And I'll talk about that in a minute, about the not much. Here is, this is Walmart brand tuna, and it's marked gluten-free. Here's another Walmart brand, peas and carrots, and it's marked gluten-free. And peas and carrots are naturally gluten-free. Here's a Kind bar. There's a little U there. And it says gluten-free on it. Sandwich. Nothing that says gluten-free. And look at this list of ingredients. Now, some of these ingredients are suspect. But Manwich used to be marked gluten-free. It's no longer marked. And they were bought out by Congra brands, which I have found this conglomerate of food companies from Congra are the least friendly to people with celiac disease. Their products aren't marked. For this product, my daughter sent an email 2 days ago and no response. I'll read the ingredients. Tomato puree, water, tomato paste, high fructose corn syrup, distilled vinegar, corn syrup, carrot fiber, sugar, salt, dried green and red bell peppers, chili pepper, gar spices, xanthan gum, dried garlic, natural flavors, and citric acid. There's no way to tell whether it's gluten-free or not. Are they afraid of the liability, or is it really not gluten-free? Why did they remove their label? Here we have a summer sausage. From Johnsonville. And then smart, gluten-free. Raisins. And there's no other ingredient in these raisins other than raisins. And raisins are naturally gluten-free. Rice. Why would rice ever in the world not be gluten-free? Yet, this rice is marked gluten-free. Why would they need to do that if there was ever a chance the rice could have gluten in it? You may find packages or boxes of rice that are full of fillers. And you have to be careful about the fillers. Now, these pretzels are from Gluten, and this company is excellent. If they say it's gluten-free, it's gluten-free. And right here on the back, no, it's not on the back. It's not on that side. I will find it. Oh, that's their social media. I passed right by it. It is on the back, on the very bottom. If it has this symbol, certified gluten-free, it is gluten-free. And here's a secret. If it's marked gluten-free, it can still not be gluten-free. Trader Joe's has right on their website, gluten-free with no certification. Gluten-free, no certification. What happened during the Trump administration? They deregulated our food. The FDA was deregulated to the point where we can't know where our meat comes from, what country our meat is. Either the animals are slaughtered or where it's processed. That's not marked anymore. That was deregulated. And also, the standards for gluten-free were deregulated during that administration because they took away rules and policies right and left that protected the consumer. And if you have something that is marked gluten-free, it can still have 20 parts per million of gluten. Now, for those of you that are being foodies or want to improve your health that are going gluten-free, that's fine. That's good. You're still reducing your gluten. You're still not going through the drive-thru and getting that burger. And you're trying to eat clean. You may be keto. All of those things are excellent. But if you have celiac disease and you come upon a product that is not labeled gluten-free, even though the ingredients look like they're gluten-free, unless it's something like raisins and it's just a raisin, or straight up fruits and vegetables, you're fine. But if you get a product that's even partially processed, like the rice, and even though it's marked gluten-free, Now, I'm not saying there's gluten in this product. This company may be one of the best companies to buy food from, and it's marked accurately. And they said to themselves, no, we're not going to do the 20 parts per million, even though the law was changed. They might have a sense of quality in their company that they've done that, but there's no way the consumer can know that because the law was changed. Same with the sausage. It could have 20 parts per million. And if you have celiac disease, that means this product will damage your body. Could cause you to have any of those reactions that people with celiac or celiac disease have. Even though it's marked gluten-free. So you don't know. There's no way to know unless you have the certified gluten-free on the product. No way to tell. This soup says no artificial flavors, no colors from artificial sources, low fat. And Progresso might actually be one of those companies that has a higher standard for their food products than if they market gluten-free. It is gluten-free, but it's not fair to Progresso, and it's not fair to people with celiac disease not to actually, the informed consumer knows there's no way to know if it does or does not have 20 parts per million of gluten in it when it's marked gluten-free. So that's the state of affairs currently for people with celiac disease. I saw a bingo game the other night on Johnny Cajun Roots Reseller, and they had it was a dollar holler, and somebody was selling gummies, and those gummies were produced in Spain, and they were marked gluten-free. Now, before I would serve that to someone with celiac disease, I would research the labeling laws of Spain, or I would contact the company. But like the Manwich company, Conger Foods, has not responded in 48 hours to whether their Manwich is gluten-free or not. And they may not respond. A lot of times, even when you call a pharmaceutical company to ask if their multidextrin in their medication is gluten-free or not, they'll basically tell you no comment. I mean, there's several different legal verbiages they use to say no comment, which basically boils down to the military response of we cannot confirm nor deny. So where does that leave people as far as their food supply? Please contact us, Conger Foods. We would like to know.